Hey folks, good morning. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear, and after that we'll start. How are you guys doing today? We have news at 8:30, then a medium impact news at 9:15. So the only macro that we'll be focusing on today is 9:20 to 9:40, and after that we have other macros. So we are on daily chart on NASDAQ. You guys can hear me, right? So thank you for 5x5. Where have you been? I've been here streaming. We had a bank holiday on Monday, so no stream. Day after bank holiday, most of the time turns to be a low probability day, so no stream. Today I'm streaming as I believe it will be a good day, as we have news, as we also have news tomorrow as well. So on daily chart I see this week, so I'm just gonna measure the consequent encroachment of it. Anything below it is a discount, anything above it is premium. So we have our CE of daily week's candle right here, and we got so many buys and liquidity up here. We also have an equal low down here. Now let's go to the 4-hour chart. We have a SMT down here, right exactly at this level. C is at daily, or C is on daily chart, consequent encroachment. Down here we got some SMTs. So the SMT is with Dow and ES. Dow and ES made a lower low where NASDAQ made a lower high. And we also got a fair value gap here. We probably will have a breaker somewhere here on lower time frame. We have so much buy side liquidity up here. Now let's go to the hourly chart. Hourly chart right here, we have a fair value gap, CB, then an order block, right? So many unfilled fair value gaps here, and then again we have buy side liquidity in a form of relative equal highs all the way up here. So equal high. Our SMT is supporting price higher, and we also got a breaker right here, this down close candle. Why are these down close candles not a breaker? Because we don't have a stop hunt above this swing high. So this is gonna be our breaker, and seems like price is respecting the breaker here on hourly chart by not closing a candle's body above it. So we got a CB, we got a breaker. So how will we know that price will probably go higher or can go higher and reach for this unfilled fair value gap? This fair value gap here will give us our narrative why price should go higher once this turns into a inversion. We also got equal low down here. So, and we also got a news incoming. So if this SMT is holding, what price can do is like it's just coming down, clearing out this liquidity level and then pushing higher. But if this SMT fails, we are probably gonna come down lower and deliver liquidity to this sell side liquidity down here. So 50-minute chart, we have a SMT down here. Let me double check Yes, we have a SMT. Yes, we have a SMT down here as well on 50-minute chart. So it seems like SMT on higher time frame and on lower time frame as well. SMT again, Dow ES, as NASDAQ made a lower high and Dow and ES made a higher high, so lower low. So let's see what we do. We have an order block, but seems like it's a low probability order block. But check again, folks, if we have SMT down here as well or not. If we say SMT, we're probably gonna go higher by respecting this breaker, sorry, order block. If we don't have a SMT, then these equal lows are making our order block low probability. So we got a fair value gap and seems like it's gonna turn into a inversion, bearish one. So all we need is price to close this candle and we'll see like where it's doing that. So for now it's just a BC, as we don't have a candle's body closure below the midway of this fair value gap. All we want to see to confirm that it's a bearish inversion, a candle's body closure below the midway, and high probability is gonna be price closing it below this BC. We also got these order blocks. So how will we know that price not gonna go up? If price is not closing a candle's body below this order block, then we are heavily bullish and that news will deliver towards buy side liquidity. We generated another equal high down here, equal low is 821. We are inside our macro, so price will most probably show us something by now. CB from the hourly chart. Equal low down here, we have equal lows here again. Let's go to the 1 minute chart and we'll see what we can find here before the news. So what do you guys see? We generated so much liquidity to our sell side, right? But again, we have SMT down there, so we'll see what price can do. We also have equal high up here. This swing is looking clean, as we don't have equal high up here, but we got equal high up here at this level. So let's see what price does. It's just building liquidity for the upcoming news delivery. So we'll wait and see how news delivers, and after that we'll have a clean narrative. So we got our order block. These are bullish order block on 50-minute chart. And if price is not closing a candle's body below it, we're probably gonna go higher, and that will mean that we are heavily bullish on higher time frame. But if it's doing that, then we are probably gonna come down here, as we have equal low below. So price came up, hit this week the rejection block, generated more equal highs, right? That means what? Price can possibly go higher after the news delivery. If news is delivering sell side liquidity, then we can expect to see price coming up higher and delivering liquidity at these swing highs and at these swing highs as well. And if you guys look at dollar has so much equal high at 103,500. Then 103,585, and as well as trendline liquidity. And if you look below dollar basically like cleared out most of the sell side liquidity when it was pushing higher, and now it activated a bullish breaker on 5-minute chart on dollar. So we're possibly gonna go higher on dollar, as I can see a breaker getting activated, a bullish breaker, as well as dollar has targets to go higher. So news will probably deliver sell side liquidity, as we can see that from hourly chart. We have a fair value gap here that's supporting price lower. We have a breaker up here supporting price lower. No candles body closure above the breaker, respect of the CB. So we are heavily bearish. Now let's see what price does. We also activated a breaker here. So breaker, price closed the candle's body below the breaker. This candle opened here, came up, retested the breaker, and now it's going down. So this is like a good entry. If there was no news at 8:30, I would have taken an entry right here when I saw this candle retesting, coming back up inside this breaker, and the target will be like, suppose this swing low, taking a partial here and ultimately targeting down here. But when we have news like this, we do not trade. We just focus on tape reading, and after the news, our condition becomes high probability, and that's when we focus on trading. Stream delay about 10 seconds. I can't do anything about it, mate. It's gonna be like this. This is the lowest latency that you can possibly get on YouTube. Yes, there are equal highs, but higher time frame is greater than lower time frame. Make sense? Levin. These are higher time frame levels. So sometimes you will see that price is generating equal high and not clearing it out. Why? Because the order flow on higher time frame is bearish. So you will have to wait for the order flow to change. And when will it change? Once price clears out and delivers enough sell side liquidity. As you guys can see, we have so much down here. Yes, I have a bearish bias today, although we have a lot of buy side above. I'm looking for bullish 60 too, so more short side on ES today. We'll see. I can see targets on buy side today as well. What I don't do is like rely on one specific bias for the whole session. I don't do that. Of course, I take my idea, the main idea of liquidity, where price can go and where not, comes from higher time frame, but it always depends on the lower time frame liquidity, how price can potentially deliver. As I'm a scalper, I cannot rely on a specific bias because of that. Makes sense. Price here will deliver on 1-minute chart, 30-second chart, buy side liquidity and sell side liquidity equally, so I can find trades in both sides. All I have to do is know which liquidity price can possibly take. So DOL is greater than bias. We also have a breaker here. I didn't mention it, I'm saying it now, so I think you guys already figured it out. Breaker up here, higher high, new higher high. So this down close candles becomes our breaker. So breaker 1, sorry, a breaker on hourly chart, breaker 2 on lower time frame, then again breaker 3 on lower time frame. Again there's another one. So multiple setups before news, but look at the price action, folks. It was so choppy, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 breakers in this price action right here. alongside with a good respect of higher time frame PDRAs. So dollar coming back down to the 5-minute breaker. It possibly going higher as we generated more equal highs on dollar. And I want to see respect of this breaker. Like the last line of defense for us to expect lower price action will be this breaker. Now 8:29, 1 minute. Just a couple of seconds and we're gonna see the news being delivered. So bearish delivery, respect of this breaker done. Right, very nice. Very nice delivery to our sell side liquidity. And we were correct identifying the order flow, which was bearish, right? We also expected this fair value gap from the hourly chart turning into CB. Sorry, inversion, a bearish inversion. So this is what I do, folks. I do not rely on a higher time frame bias. Rather, I rely on how price is forming liquidity on lower time frame, and these are the levels price will gravitate to. So the thing that we will focus right now is that we have a SMT here, we have a SMT here. So let's see if price respects this SMT or not. This right here is a mitigation block, so we are coming down. And dollar again delivered towards buy side liquidity. As I told you guys, it is possible for dollar to deliver buy side as we have a breaker, bullish one, and with the targets of equal high. If you go on 5-minute chart on dollar, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Relative equal highs, trend line liquidity, and equal highs again. So very clean price action, to be honest, and that's what I want to see before 9:20. Let's see if price gives it to us. So where we are going right now, we hit this fair value gap. Now this fair value gap right here will confirm us if this SMT will break or will hold. So because this one will turn into an inversion, 50-minute chart and 5-minute chart works as a higher time frame for me when I'm trading on 1-minute chart like that. So we are respecting this fair value gap here on 5-minute chart. And this fair value gap is also coming at OTE. So let's see if price respect this SMT down here. If I put my Fibonacci from this swing low to this swing high, you guys can see that we are inside this 0.62 and 0.79 level. And we also have targets towards buy side liquidity. But the thing is that we'll need to wait for price to show its hand. And how will we know that price will go higher if price is not closing a candle's body above it? And now is not the time to take the setup. This macro today is coming at news. 8:30 we had news, so we're just gonna avoid it. CFD didn't take the low. Yeah, they can manipulate the chart on CFT. Look at the CME chart and the features. You won't see a manipulation there. What you are seeing here, you will see the exact price action on your chart as well. But on CFT, it's gonna be different. Broker can possibly, I believe, manipulate the prices. So again, we generated more equal highs. 30-second respect of the fair value gap, but look down here. So we still have room to come down, folks. We are not bullish yet. We have generated equal lows, 3 swing lows down here. So where can price go to? If I measure this low and the high all the way up here, you guys can see the 0.5 is coming up here, and if price is coming above these order blocks, it will also deliver buy side liquidity up here, as well as it will be able to take orders from the breaker here as well. So this breaker right down here, right up here, is gonna be our last sign of defense to expect lower prices. If this one is failing, we're possibly gonna go higher. And again, I'm not looking for a trade right now. Look at the time, 8:50 is gonna bring something for us. So until then, we're just gonna wait. Dow cleared out the equal high, so a possible SMT again up here. If you guys go on 1 minute chart, you will see Dow cleared, so SMT. So let's wait and see what price can do. So as you guys can see, price can generate equal highs and equal lows, but it don't take it out immediately. You'll have to find out from which level price can get the resistance and clear these levels out. You don't do it immediately, so don't expect, like, most of the time you will see it's not doing it immediately. Sometimes it does that, and when it does that, we have a plus turtle soup model for that. So I released a new lecture on YouTube for free about a plus turtle soup model. How many of you watched it? It's a 25-minute long lecture. If you guys go here, you'll see the recording, the lecture here. So check it out. You will find all the information to use this, to how to take a turtle soup entry, and it's the easiest model, folks. So far I've never seen any other easy, like, it's the easiest. So watch it and you will realize all you have to find out is like accumulation, and then expect the manipulation happening inside the macro. The macro can be any macro, like suppose 850 or 950, so stuff like that. Respect of the order block down here. Last line of defense, as I told you guys, will remain this breaker up here. But look at the candles body, how they are closing. If I put a measurement down here, you guys can see that price is just coming up at the premium part of this fair value gap and not closing a candles body right above the premium side. I believe price will come down, and these are like the signatures from price, folks. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm reading the price, and once I believe the price, once I believe I'll see the A plus setup inside certain time windows, I'll look for this kind of signature. So it's not like I'm reading it, but I'm not taking any trades, and it's not I'm not learning here anything. I'm learning here, I'm looking how price is closing candles body, how price is respecting this fair value gap, and how this kind of signature from price confirming the order flow where price can potentially deliver. So do you guys see that? We just retraced back to the midway of this fair value gap. We also had a SMT up here. So these are the times, folks, when you will look for SMT, when we are hitting a fair value gap and we have equal highs above that fair value gap. It's possible for price to deliver liquidity towards buy side in one pair, and other two pairs will generate like the SMT, or price will leave this liquidity level in one pair and other two pairs will clear it out. And that's how we can confirm that, okay, price is not going to come up here, so we are not bullish yet. Right, and that will take you out of the zone to take more losses. Suppose you saw price hitting this PC Then on 5-minute chart, like it's a clean support, right? Then again, you are not you are not watching the SMT that formed here on 1-minute chart, so you're probably gonna take a loss. So I want to see this order block being respected, as we don't have an equal high above. So fair value gap, order block, let's see price respected. It generated more equal lows here, folks. So if price is not clearing it out now, look at the time, we are slowly approaching towards 850, right? So at 850, price will again deliver with speed and clean liquidity levels, and that's how we'll have a model with high probability targets. So patience never fails to pay. If price is not clearing it out right now, we'll have a trade targeting this liquidity level again at 850. Make sense? We went up, hit the rejection block up here. So the correlation between NASDAQ and dollar is pretty good today. Like they're doing exactly the opposite things that you can see. So we have a fair value gap here. We also have a breaker. So I'm not bearish on dollar yet, as long as we are getting support from this breaker. We're gonna be bullish. We have this order block and the order block down here. So this breaker will work as a last line of defense to expect higher prices. So we got our bullish breaker, price retesting the level here. We got a fair value gap as well as the order block and a long wick that we generated. So on daily chart, we are feeling this fair value gap. So we have so much liquidity up here. So if dollar is still pushing higher, we're probably gonna see a down move on NASDAQ as well. Again, pretty choppy price action, but still respect of this rejection block is done. So again, the order flow is bearish, still bearish. That means order flow on dollar is bullish. Tuesday's low will probably be tapped out. Yes, we'll see. This week is ranging, yeah, because we had a bank holiday, and yesterday we had a good price action so far. Like I was expecting worse than that, but it turned to be a very clean day yesterday, day after bank holiday. So there's not like anything 100% in trading, folks. We say low probability because from our experience we saw most of the time price manipulating, chopping around after bank holiday, but that doesn't mean that price won't have a clean day after the bank holiday. It's just like everything is like ratio, 80%, 70% of the time price will manipulate, but there's still chance for day after bank holiday to turn out to be a clean day. Okay, so again, news day can be, we expect to see when we have news days to be like clean, delivering clean price action, respect of our concepts. But again, it's not 100%. Price can have a worse, like a quite manipulative price action, a rangy day, even at news. So the rejection block respected price lower, equal low coming down here. So far pretty good price action, right, folks? We identified the order flow from the higher time frame. We also identified that we won't get support from this fair value gap, this 5-minute fair value gap. Even this fair value gap is at OTE. So these are like the common mistake that I used to make when I was a beginner. I was like, okay, price coming down to OTE, I got SMT, so let's buy here. So when I look at 1-minute chart, it gives me a clear view what price can do. And that's where I always tell you guys to focus on learn to read price, learn to see where is the DOL and how price is generating liquidity, because that's your bias. Okay, your bias is not from higher time frame. Higher time frame will give you a long-term bias, right? Each and every candle on higher time frame, when they open, they deliver sell side and the buy side liquidity at the same time. Look at this candle here. It opened here, it delivered sell side liquidity, then it delivered buy side liquidity. This candle opened here, delivered sell side. So what are these candles doing? Hunting liquidities like this, equal high, equal low. So when you learn to read this, you will have a good sniper entry based on these levels. Makes sense. So again, let's go to the 15-minute. So this SMT is probably gonna break, and as I told you guys, this fair value gap here will confirm us that if we are gonna like respect this SMT or not. So all of these two are now our target. Equal low, and we are approaching towards 850. Let's see if price gives us any possible entry by targeting these liquidity levels. The trade that I wanna take is at 920 macro. Even when the day is low probability, 920 macro becomes and delivers price with at 920 most of the time, folks, you will see a clean delivery. Again, dollar reaching for the equal high that I showed you guys on the daily chart. Dollar is bullish so far. Sing told supermodel, what's that? Just try, guys, it is fire. What model? Equal low down here. So many fair value gap. That's what I don't like to see when price generates fair value gap like this. What I want to see, like when price is clearing out these equal lows, price generating only one fair value gap, and then I can use that fair value gap as an inversion. And I don't want to see price generating fair value gap like this. What happens when price does that? It, like these fair value gaps, the more fair value gap you have, the more buy side liquidity price is offering inside it. So price has a possibility to reverse or take sales orders from this kind of CB and then come down again, and then it will just go higher. So if I put it into a perspective, like suppose here, when price is clearing out these equal lows, that's the time I want to see a fair value gap getting generated. And then when price is moving higher, I can use that fair value gap to take an entry with a stop loss below the swing low. And I don't want to see fair value gaps right here the way price did it. So what happens is that when price generates so many fair value gaps like this, it goes higher, but then it takes the order from the fair value gaps, it comes down, and then we can see a real move. So when we have fair value gaps like this, so many fair value gaps, and most importantly unfilled, we see like two kind of price action, not a straight delivery because of this fair value gap. Price can take orders from the fair value gap, can take liquidity from here, or like suppose it can also take liquidity down from here. These are like the deep things, folks, and there's so many things that goes on in the chart that you don't realize every single day. So just like it depends on you, journal this kind of scenario. It repeats every single time. Price generates fair value gaps like this every single time. So it's kind of confusing, right? Which fair value gap price can use and which one is the high probability inversion here? Do you ask yourself questions like this, or you just, okay, price cleared out equal low, now I want to see price going higher? Seeing how do you pronounce it? Amanhi, more analysis make paralysis. Just follow 1 minute chart, mark Asian high and low, wait for London open, wait for liquidity swept, then market structure shift, take trade simple for New York, Okay, we don't care about that. So if you have to promote your model, right, in someone else's stream chat, then surely your model is not working that well. I don't see ICT promoting his model in anyone's chat or anywhere like this. People, the model that will work, it will just work, and people will know it's working. You won't have to advertise. So we cleared out the equal lows. Let's go to the higher time frame and let's see if we have anything down here. Okay, we have a big wick, right? So much big. So we also respected this fair value gap. So what can we do here? We have a swing low down here, and on daily chart, okay, on daily chart I see another thing. This week is gonna give us our bias. I told you guys that if anything below the 0.5% of this week, consequent encroachment of this week is just price going below the discount, taking orders, and then possibly it will reverse. So that's the narrative that will stick on from the daily chart. We don't want to see a candle's body closure below this wick right here. So we are still staying above the wick, and we have so many targets, to be honest, up here, like equal high, so I believe we'll get a 2R if we are just waiting for a clean model to present itself, right? Like look at how much equal high price generated and left. So we can get a possible entry from this breaker. We won't have to like force a trade down here. We can take an entry from here. If we are missing this one, we can also take an entry from here. And when price is reaching for these equal highs, folks, how can you know that after price delivers liquidity up here, it won't just reverse, right? What price can also do is something like this. So how can you confirm that price won't do that? So this is something that I also teach my mentorship student, that when price is reaching for a target and you are expecting further bullish delivery, you don't want to see price generating equal lows when it's reaching for this kind of liquidity levels. What do I mean by that? This is what I mean. So price coming up, generating more and more equal lows. So these are signature from price that it will reverse after it clears out a major liquidity level. So this is a major liquidity level coming with more buy side liquidity. So when price is coming up here, how much buy side liquidity it will offer? Above this swing high, above this swing high, above this swing high, and it will also be inside the premium. So you don't want to see price doing this if you are expecting further price action towards bullish direction. Make sense? Don't forget yesterday's low on DAX. There is still that recent low as DOL. Like the stream, guys, man, dropping gems. Yeah, 600 people watching. If you're enjoying learning from the stream so far, hit the like button and let's show us how many of you are learning, finding the stream informative. So we had equal low down here, we cleared it out. What do we have here on 1 minute chart? Yeah, a major swing low, right? So we also went below this swing low for sell side liquidity. A possible reversal can happen right here. Look at that level. Now this swing low is clean, right? If price is going above this swing high, then we can expect to see a market structure shift, and all that we want to see afterwards is this fair value gap turning into a inversion. It says CB now, right? So how will this fair value gap will turn into an inversion? When price is closing a candle's body above it, and this is a good level. I want to see price using this week as a support. So even price is coming down, I don't want to see like it's going below this week, rather coming down, retesting this level, going up, retesting the inversion, and then possibly going higher. And what did I told you guys? Do you guys remember when we have so many fair value gaps like this, what do? We wait for price to do a second retracement towards sell side and then pushing higher. So it's not an inversion yet. We need a candle body closure above this fair value gap. So two support levels. If I take you guys on the 30-second chart, you can see we have a breaker here. That's why I marked this week, because this week it will work as a support on 1 minute. On 30-second it's a breaker. So on higher time frame, a week can be a breaker. On higher time frame, a week can be a on higher time frame, a week can be on higher time frame it can be a week. On lower time frame it can be a breaker, as you guys can see here, right? A week, but on lower time frame it's a breaker. Lower low, new lower low, so up close candles becomes our breaker. We also got another one right here. So why is this is a breaker, HYDRA? Why you are not mentioning it as a order block? Because look at the swing high that we have. So we got a support, clean support from the inversion, and the trade that I see coming, I'm not gonna take it. 850 is not the macro that I rely mostly, but I see price getting support from this inversion and not respecting this order blocks, the breaker. So price came down. Wanna see this one working as the last line of defense. These breakers down here on 30-second chart. So if I don't want to see price going below it, if it's doing that, we are wrong. Price will just go lower, and after that we can have a possible reversal towards buy side. So with respect to the breaker done, we generated equal low again, but we had a fair value gap here, something that I didn't show before. I can see it now. So fair value gap coming with breaker, that means what? A high probability scenario, but I don't like these equal lows here. That's what I was telling you guys, that when you are expecting bullish delivery or suppose bearish delivery, you don't want to see price leaving these liquidity levels. These are signature from price that is not yet done delivering sell side. So it can come down, deliver sell side here, and then move higher. High probability is price not doing that, generating a clean swing down here and then moving higher. So price cleared equal lows. Let's see if it moves higher or not. Last line of defense here. So that's why I told you guys that 850, I'm just gonna watch it at 930. And inside 920 macro, I believe I'll have a trade idea. So for now, just watching. Going lower. As long as we are not closing a candle's body like below the main threshold of the breaker that I showed you guys on 30-second, we have a possibility to go higher. And look at the candle's body. Where did it close? Inside this fair value gap, right? We generated more equal highs up here, so we're probably bullish. Yes, we are going higher. So small things, folks, okay? You won't see these things when you are a beginner. It will just make you confused. Like, you'll be like, okay, these are analysis paralysis, but with time, these kind of signature in price will just make sense to you. And what time frame you are trading, it don't matter to you. Like, if you know how to read price, you can trade on any time frame. How price delivers liquidity, that's the thing. So look at the candle's body. How are they closing? The same kind of structure, folks, will repeat on 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minutes. So when you were a beginner, you were like, okay, HYDRA is showing it to us on 30-second. What's the use of it? The use of it is that price will repeat the same structure on 5 minutes. And when you see this kind of structure, this is gonna be like, you can trust in this model. So I see a scenario like this with like a stop loss below here, targeting like 2 hour, a small trade, but I see it coming. as we generated so many equal highs here and here as well. Do you guys see that, the equal high? And we are also inside the 80-50 macro, also inside this inversion. Last line of defense is the breaker, and we respected this fair value gap as well. So a couple of things, folks. And if you look for 3 PDRAs that our mentor told us to look for when you are looking for a trade, look for 3 PDRAs, and if price is going below those 3 PDRAs, you are just probably wrong. So our one PDRA, the first one is this inversion supporting. We want to see this one supporting price higher. We got this fair value gap. The second one, the third one is this. So that's why we are putting our stop loss like below here. So more than 2 hour. So do you guys see that? A precision reading down here, even on 30-second chart. Partial. If you're like trading like this, scalping like this, especially on your live funds, not on funded account, that you can take a partial here. And if you are trading on funded account, that I believe partial that you won't be able to take, you can just put your stop loss at break even, because price offered buy side liquidity up here, right? So if it's reversing now, it's just gonna go for your stop, because price delivered equal high here. So partial as soon as you see price delivering equal high, and after that you'll just put your stop loss at the break even. It's just a scalping model, folks, not long term, like not for swing trading. So that's how you will still make money. Partial is paying you here, right? So you are getting something and not taking a loss. See, look at the chart, folks. Their emotion will change with each and every candle. That's a signature of a newbie trader, like a beginner. They're like, okay, this candle is bearish now, so we are going lower. No, the price confirmed the order flow, price closing a candle's body by respecting breaker, by respecting inversion. This is the usual price action, and the time is not that high probability, so I'm not taking a trade right now. That's why I'm gonna wait for 920 macro. And if there was like no fair value gaps like this, I would have went for it. But again, the scenario, Mirko high. So wanna see price respecting this week. So these are some kind of signature in price, folks, that you can use as a fair value gap and stuff like this. So see that? That's why I told you guys a stop loss at the break even, because this was what? This was a equal high, and I gave you guys scenario when I was calling market higher. I told you guys, as we have fair value gaps up here, what can happen? Price will just show us that it's going higher. Then because we have so many fair value gaps here, it will just get resistance from one of the fair value gap, and it will go lower. And after that, after the second price delivery, which is happening right now, after that we'll have a clean setup that will take us higher. So I'm waiting for that second delivery. So do you guys see a market maker buy model here? So more like that. So waiting for price to like do a stop hunt here, and if it's doing that right below this swing low, what we'll have is these up close candles as a breaker, and that way we'll be able to know that price retested these levels 2 times. So at the third time, price will just go higher. We have so much target. And 930, what's the specialty about waiting for 930? Because of that, 930 brings in the volatility, it brings in the speed in price. So that's when I can trust my model even more than this. So if you are following me and like taking trades when I'm identifying, just follow the things that I tell you guys, like exactly to the point. When I'm telling you, okay, trail your stop loss to the break even, it's just a 10-second delay. Each and every candle takes 1 minute to form. So I believe you get enough time to execute and do your stuff. Look at ES. What's happening on ES? SMT. Yes, below the swing low. Right here you can see a lower high, but on other pairs it's a lower low. Dow and ES. So let's see if price respects this SMT. SMT is coming right down here, folks. SMT. So let's see, we still have, like, if price is still hovering here and when we are inside 920, I believe we'll be able to spot a good trade. And dollar seems like bearish for now. Why? What is dollar doing here? Let's take a look on 1 minute chart. What is this? Dollar forming the A plus model, A plus turtle soup model that I shared with you guys last night. So if you haven't watched it, just go and watch it, and I believe it will, this scenario will make sense to you. So do you guys see that? Like, very clean. So still price has a room for NASDAQ to go lower, and still dollar has a room to go higher and then lower. So the high probability scenario will be like, if dollar wanna move higher, then this is what we will expect to see from dollar. If dollar wanna move lower and deliver further sell side liquidity, then this is what we'll expect from dollar. But again, the order flow is bullish on dollar. So let's see, in a scenario like this, what I teach you guys is that just wait for price to show its hand where it wanna deliver first, and after that we'll have a clean idea where it can go. Make sense? So I'm just gonna put an alert here. Alert, and SMT is still being respected, right? We did a stop hunt here, so we got a breaker up here. Now I want to see this breaker getting activated at 920. Can it happen? Price probably will activate it before 920. We are inside the 850 macro still though, so let's see, folks, what happens. 850 macro is still, the order flow is still bullish, as we can see SMT down here, but still we need more confirmation from price. And the more confirmation will be when the breaker gets activated. We also have a fair value gap here that seems like price is making it an inversion. So let's see. I want to see price doing it inside the 920 macro. This macro, I don't trust it as much as I do 920. And again, it's better to wait, as dollar is just consolidating. So anything can happen, folks. When dollar consolidates, indices, the pair where we are trading, it just goes into consolidation as well. Manipulates quite a lot. Do you take trade on ES? I don't. I just check for SMTs and stuff like that on ES. I basically trade on Dow and NASDAQ, and Dow seems to be very manipulative this month. So I'm just avoiding it, just using it to confirm the SMT and stuff like that. So we close the candle spot above it. So again, another scenario that I see, folks, I'm not gonna take it and I don't recommend you to take it, but this is a scenario that I see. If this swing low is getting broken, this SMT will also not hold, but this is something that I see. When I'm pointing out a scenario like this with the RR tool, that doesn't mean that it's a high probability trade. If it was a high probability trade, I will go for it. These are like, we're just so near to the end of the macro, but we can see the setup. So this is what I can see. I believe this will be a good target Once this fair value gap right here turns into an inversion, we can manage our stop loss accordingly. Do you guys see that? So fair value gap right here on every time frame. So something like this is what I see on 30-second. Very clean, to be honest, on 30-second as well as on 1 minute. So when I see this fair value gap turning into an inversion, this is a CB for now, but expecting to see it's turning into a fair value gap, sorry, an inversion. Breaker is greater than fair value gap. Breaker decides the order flow, and breaker as well as decides which fair value gap will turn into inversion and stuff like that. Someone was shorting here. He was like, okay, I'm gonna target 16 something. Well, let me find him. This is something that I don't like. Like if you are expecting something, don't share it with the public, because you are still a beginner. You won't be able to handle that emotion that once it fails, once your like expectation fails and people are like making fun of you. That's the worst emotion, and when you are a beginner it affects a lot. So don't do that. Always keep your expectation inside you. Always keep it secret. And when you feel like you can do it more, do the live stream like us. There's so many ICT traders that are doing live streams now. So a partial can be like, suppose right here. Once this CB like turning into a fair value gap. Yes. I forgot about like talking about the news. We have a medium impact news at 9:15. So Forex Factory, you can see that Wednesday 9:15 medium impact news. So that's why me personally, I'm not pushing any button. I don't do it when we have news. I do it after the news gets delivered. But again, that doesn't mean that I won't be able to tape read. So I'm doing this, the tape reading, right? And look here, folks. It's just giving us more confidence, like which setup we can trust, right? We are learning here. So a breaker with a SMT, can we trust it? That's what we are looking here. We also have a S inversion, that price respected down here. So we have 3 PD arrays, and below it we can put the stop loss. So we can minimize our stop loss like this. So what I'm doing here is the thing that I'll repeat again, because the same condition, same price action will repeat again. Very nice price action as well on Dow. You guys can see a breaker. But again, look at dollar. This thing is just consolidating. So when dollar is doing things like this, it's like more the trades become slow probability here. So we have a news incoming, dollar consolidating, and we are not inside a macro. These are the things that I'm focusing on. That's why I'm not taking a trade here. Make sense, folks? We are identifying the trade, and we are looking like if it's gonna work or not. That's how I will know, okay, even when in future price repeats this kind of signature, what price can possibly do. We generated equal high signature from price that is still wanna go higher, respect of the breakaway gap. HYDRA, can you make a video of SMT with example? Yes, I'll keep that in mind. Look at dollar. It's like the worst price action right now. Why dollar is doing that? 9:30 will bring in the volatility. So dollar is just waiting for that, for the 9:30 delivery to come. And after that, you will see like dollar going higher. The Judas will happen at buy side. If it's happening at buy side, then after that price will just drop for the sell side. That's how you can predict the Judas before it happens, folks. Okay, this price action. So the Judas can happen towards buy side. The first delivery that 9:30 will have, it like delivering buy side. If dollar wanna go lower, our order flow is bullish on dollar. So what I believe is like dollar can do this, coming lower, tricking traders like where okay it will go lower, and then reversing, delivering liquidity up here. Makes sense. Until then, what NASDAQ can do, NASDAQ can clear out this equal high, and after that NASDAQ can drop again. So see, I'm not having a specific bias, a certain, like, I'm not following a certain bias, rather what price can do on lower time to deliver sell side, buy side. That's what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on the liquidity levels that price is generating and leaving. The macro starts at 920, right? It's, oh yeah, it's a personal macro that I use, not ICT approved at all. So some of the people are gonna be like, okay, HYDRA, this is not ICT approved. Things like that. There are macros that our mentor shared, and he also told us that look for signatures like this in price inside these 20-minute intervals, inside these 10-minute intervals. Order block, wanna see price respecting it. So that means what? Price is more than what he told us, like taught us, right? So bullish order block, wanna see price respecting it. Stop loss can be now more minimized, coming below this breaker, the last stop loss candle of the breaker. That means what? We have 1, 2, 3 PDAs. If these 3 PDAs are failing, we are gonna go lower, and the stop loss, if I'm putting it here and not minimizing, I'm gonna take more loss. So like this, even at break even is perfect. I'll feel comfortable to put my stop loss at break even right here. So respect of the order block, we are going higher, partial coming here, and we want to see price going even further with the news. So mitigation block right here. That's why I told you guys that this is a good level for a partial, right? And dollar, look at dollar. What's happening? Dollar clearing out sell side. That means it will deliver buy side afterwards. So it has left all the liquidities up here. So again, the turtle soup video that I shared with you all is repeating right here to the tick. So that's why taking a trade before the news delivery is just low probability. So order block again. We'll look for a trade at 8,920, folks. And that way dollar will just break out from the consolidation. We'll have a better reading at dollar, and we'll know where price wanna deliver here as well on NASDAQ. So very slow, right? Well, price is building the liquidity for 930. So waiting again. Trading is all about patience, folks. It's not like hitting on different trades every single time and like expecting it to be like turning into a profitable trade. No, the scenario that you believe has a higher chance of winning over losing, that's the time when we'll be entering, right? So Hamza Hydra, I have seen this price action before. When the week is ranging, the high probability day that the price will leave the range is Thursday. So today we can just go into 50% of the range. Yes, that can happen as well. That's why I'm only gonna take one single trade today at 920. If I see it, then if I don't see it, I won't take it. I'll wait for 950 macro as well. It's not like every day we'll have like so many trades that we have like into winning trades. It depends on the price action and the setup itself. So let's go back to the dollar and see what dollar's doing. Dollar generated equal low here again, right? So still expecting 932 delivers bearish. Okay, did dollar clear it out? Let me see. This swing low is coming at 103.484. 103.484. No, dollar didn't clear this out, and there's no SMT with indices as well. So still this is the scenario that I want to see. Look at how much buy side liquidity dollar has in a form of equal high. So again, look at the price action now on NQ. Is it a good price action? No. So if you see dollar consolidating like this is what price will do on NASDAQ. It will just chop around, have like small candles, rangy price action, stuff like that. So we are approaching towards 920. Now we'll look for a good trade. I want to see dollar clearing out the equal low. So we are inside our macro now. We generated equal low down here. If dollar is bullish, is it a good trade to take? So we generated equal low, and we are inside our high probability macro for the day, 920 to 940 coming down here. So as I told you guys, when you have so many fair value gaps like this, journal this kind of scenario, right? Look what's happening here. That's the same thing that I told you guys, that we won't see a straight delivery towards buy side because of this fair value gaps that we have. High probability is price going up, then retracing lower, hitting like the 50% of this range or the OT of this range, and then going higher. So 0.5%, the discount range is coming here, and 0.62 is the OT is coming at the inversion that we had before. 5-minute chart. Have generated so much equal low down here. If I put the standard deviation from this manipulation lag right here, okay, we don't have a clean manipulation lag yet, so let's wait. 920 to 940. Bro, is live trade like this included in your mentorship? Yes. I remember that space, and also for me was the information one that ICT was watching HYDRA and wanted to comment on it. Yeah, that was a good day, folks. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I started streaming, there was like no other ICT trader that was streaming live like that. So I was the only one around streaming, so that's why we got an equal low getting taken out. So a good setup that I see, folks. I'm not gonna lie. A breaker again, respect of the breaker. So and price as well hit the discount of the range. So still gonna wait for a little bit more confirmation before I push the button. Still wanna see what price can do. If it wanna respect this SMT, it will just stop here and it will go higher. It will deliver bullish price action. We have a fair value gap here. Wanna see this one turning into an inversion, and that way we'll have a breaker up here at this level. So not gonna miss an entry if price is showing me what it wanna do, but waiting as dollar is like still consolidating, right? That's why I most of the time don't look at dollar when I have a clean analysis on my own chart. But now that I look on dollar, it's just that I want to see a little bit more confirmation from dollar as well. 9:25, 5 minute. So again, putting in the Fibonacci here. See that 0.5 and 0.62, we hit the OT level as well. So the whole candle on 50-minute chart is bearish. That's another reason I'm waiting for a little bit more confirmation. As well as we hit the rejection block here, folks. If you guys will notice here, we have rejection block. We cleared out the equal low. So 50-50 chance of going higher. We hit the OT. So the rejection block is right here on 15-minute. The OTE as well right down here. So I believe we are gonna go higher with a stop loss down here. Just need a little bit more confirmation. I want to see price closing bodies above these fair value gaps, these two fair value gaps that we have here. So possibly an entry up here with a stop loss, like suppose like this, and targeting like 2R. Still need confirmation, folks, so not doing it yet. Want to see this fair value gap turning into inversion. This will confirm us the market structure shift, and the safe entry will be from the breaker up here. So I want to take like 0.5% risk, so 2 contracts is what I will go for. So let's wait. Closure of a candle's body. Want to see it above, because as long as price is not doing that, these candles are bearish order block, right? So that's why I told you guys that even though I see a turtle soup model here, I'm still gonna see for price to confirm that it's bullish, and dollar is not that good today. So gonna have to choose my trades wisely. Dixie not confirming. Yeah, yes. So that's why I put the that's why I'm waiting for the execution up here above this inversion. Dollar is generating more and more sell side liquidity. So we're expecting higher price action on dollar indices. So it's good for us if we see like dollar going higher first and then coming lower. That will just give us more confirmation. So I waited for this inversion to get activated, so that was good. Again, we hit the OT level. We cleared out the swing low, the equal low that we generated here. If this OT price is going lower below this breaker, I'm gonna stop looking for a bullish trade. So trading is like this, folks. It's all about waiting. It's all about looking for an A+ scenario that you believe will work out over another scenario. So again, going below the breaker. So avoided so many losses so far with my model. My model is like targeting equal high. It may probably not your model, but this is something that my mentor taught us, right? Even if you go and look at 2022 mentorship, these are the levels that he mentioned as high probability targets. So as long as we have this, shorting in a scenario like this is a low probability, according to our mentor. So we're gonna follow the mentor to the tick, what he taught us. So I'm just gonna wait for this one to turn into inversion. We got a breaker here as well, so a couple of confirmation that price will give us. And 929, I believe we'll go higher, but still gonna wait. Gonna wait because look at ES, more equal lows on ES, so not so favorable in terms of the scenario. Come on, why today is like that? I was expecting a cleaner price action today, as we had news at 8:30. But again, when I started my stream, I told you guys nothing is 100% in trading. So going higher. Dollar still didn't break out from the consolidation, but we closed the candle's body above it. We activated the breaker. Here we have the breaker. So let's see price retest this breaker. We also got another one up here, and we generated equal highs again. But if I put a like if you go on ES and Dow, you will see price generated more equal lows down here. There's no SMT other than the one that we saw before down here. This is the SMT that we have. So B plus scenario so far in dollar, still like dollar is not confirming, folks. That's why I'm not taking it. Look at dollar, still in a range bound day, in a range scenario. So we got a SMT up here, up here. So SMT again and again in every lag. And Dow seems like not respecting the SMT, and ES and NASDAQ respecting it. So our Judas was towards buy side. We generated a SMT, and then we went even lower. So far, folks, without patience, we don't have anything on chart other than this, because you can take a short here, but I won't, as I see price generating equal highs. These are the models, these are the targets that I rely on. If I keep seeing it on chart, I'm not gonna take a trade towards bullish. I'm not gonna sell. That's what I'm trying to say. And this is something that our mentor teaches us to avoid. Look at dollar delivering buy side, Dow delivering buy side, didn't respect the SMT, ES respecting the SMT, and there's no SMT on Dow, sorry, NASDAQ. So do you guys see this scenario? Like, I'm not gonna push the button in a scenario like this. Sell side liquidity coming inside the fair value gap that we have on 4-hour chart. This is more like a BPR. So what happened on higher time frame is like we came up and we respected this fair value gap from the higher time frame, and I was expecting this to get broken. We kept going lower. So let's look for the opening gap, folks. Let's go to the regular trading hours. We have a big opening gap right here, right? So it's possible for price to reach for the gap to fill it. So the opening range gap, regular trading hours, OPMINH opening range gap. So very nice. Still a possibility for price to go higher. And I believe I'll be able to target this equal highs if I just wait a little bit longer. So let's see what happens. So how many of you took a trade so far? Like, it doesn't matter if it's a bullish or bearish trade. I'm just gonna do a poll and we'll see, like, did you take any trades yet? It's gonna be yes or no. So let's see. So most of the people didn't took any trades yet. I believe every ICT trader is just waiting. The folks who have experience. These are the targets, folks. Okay, price will gravitate back to these levels. I'll just have to confirm when it will do that. If I don't see the confirmation, I'm not gonna push the button. So sell side liquidity down here. Made my own short here. Yeah, let's do that. If you're like, the thing is that we all are here to make money. So if you can make money, that's the thing. Do we have any high impact news tomorrow? We have unemployment claims. So unemployment claims is greater than this one, the news that we had here today. So this blue shaded box is our CB from the 4-hour chart, sorry, BC, more like a BPR. So swing low coming down here. What is dollar doing? Did dollar break out from the consolidation yet? Okay, so dollar is giving us a possibility of looking for a long on NASDAQ. Dow is like not respecting anything today, like it's just delivering against each and every one of these pair. So dollar is gonna clear out this equal high first, and it generated so much liquidity down here. So we'll go back to the scenario that I told you guys. If dollar delivering buy side first, then the delivery that will come is gonna be the sell side. If dollar clearing out the sell side first, then buy side. So far dollar didn't clear out the equal low that we had here, rather generated more. So we'll see like what can happen down here as well. I feel like Dow is leading indicator right now. It's not, just gonna make more confusion. Best to keep an open mind. Yes. high of the fair value gap was perfectly respected. Okay, I feel like that is not the indicator that we are using. HYDRA, there is a nice indicator for news. Live economy calendar by 2 degrees. Yeah, I saw him releasing it, but I never checked it out. Live. Okay, this one. So how does it work? Do we have a SMT with the ES down here? Can anyone confirm me, like, if we have any SMT at this level? And what is this? I don't want to see medium. All I want to see is high and the medium impact. Note for automatic only USD chart history this week. Yes, okay. Show levels normal, large. Outline auto show lines, features, heavy. Okay. Show this week. I think everything else is good. Why is it so small? I'm putting it above features. Huge. Why it's not changing, folks? Like, it's so small. How am I gonna see what's written here? What? Where did it went? Nah, this is like, why is it so small? Why can't I make it bigger? So we have a possibility of clearing out these equal lows, folks, and I believe dollar will also clear out the equal high by the time NASDAQ clears out this equal low. Below in the settings, right, bottom small. Okay, here. Yes, okay, got it. Thank you. So what was this one? Show levels. Probably this, right? So the news came out here, and after that price has rejected lower, and then we also had news at 8:30 right here, delivered sell side, the medium impact news. So today we don't have any other news. On Friday, Wednesday we have it. Today we had only 8:30. Wednesday we have this one, 8:30 and 9:15. So very nice. This indicator is good, so I'm just gonna hide it now. Do we have any other news? We have another one at 11, right? FOMC member Wheeler speaks. So 11, we'll keep an eye. We are approaching towards 950 to 1010 macro. So still not trade today, folks, okay? So far this week, no trades for me. 950 to 1010, but yes, last week we closed every single day in profit, and we had so many winning trades. There was a day when I did like the whole AM to PM stream. It was like 8 hours. We had a ratio of 60 and 40, so we owned like 8 trades and we lost like 5 trades, like that, 4 or 5 trades. Not Tuesday. You spoke yesterday. HYDRA, there's no news. You're looking for old days on the indicator. Really? 16th. Today is 17th, right? Yeah. Okay, so here, there's no news. At 10 o'clock. Okay, we are coming down for the equal low, folks. I see a scenario repeating here. And as we don't have news, let's look for something. We generated more equal highs. Still gonna wait for price to go inside this 950 level. So until that, we are just gonna wait. Patience, folks. Okay, this whole game is all about patience. Sell side liquidity down here. Going even lower. Okay, let's see where we are going. 4-hour chart. We have a last down close candle. Let's put the Fibonacci. It will make it will give us more of an indication. 0.5% of the range is coming at the rejection block of this fair value gap. So why am I still looking for a long, folks? Okay, that's a good question to ask. So far we saw like heavy distribution towards sell side. If you guys have been watching me for a couple of times, like for a couple of days, you know this is my model, this is what I will target, but this doesn't mean that price will just go for these levels every single day. So this is what I understood after losing many trades. Okay, I was like, okay, price generated equal highs, and I was targeting in a model blindly. So after losing so many trades, blowing so many accounts, I understood that I'll have to find out when price can take it out. So that's why I'm looking for the signature in price that will deliver liquidity towards buy side, and my whole model is based on that. As long as there's equal lows, I'm not gonna buy. As long as there's equal high, I'm not gonna short. Still we have a manipulation lag here that hit this mitigation block. So let's see, let's put our standard deviation projection from here to here. I'd have put it here, so I'm just gonna use it at this price lag. -2 standard deviation, -4 is coming right down at the discount of higher time frame. Like the better standard deviation projection is up here at this manipulation lag. Okay, dollar cleared out the equal highs. Dollar did that. Now let's wait for reversal on dollar. We are just going lower and lower. So far no heavy retracement, right? We didn't even clear out any major swing high. We just retraced like small a little bit, and then we went lower. Heavy distribution of sell side. OT is consequent encroachment daily BCS. Check out consequent encroachment of 901 daily week for the rejection there. Yes, I did that. Very good. I hope you are well. 950 is incoming. Yes. By the way, this is live, aka took profit. Okay. Just took out price at daily long week. Yes. Yes, Dale. Right here. But still, if we are bearish, right, I wanna see price clearing out those equal highs and then going lower. But price can just leave it for tomorrow, and it will just like continue delivered sell side. What can also happen is like price will clear it out at PM session, it will just continue delivering sell side. At PM session at 120 macro will have like a reversal. So if we don't find a trade here, how many of you want to see a PM session stream? Let me know in the chat how many of you are going to be here to watch and look for a traded PM session. So when I was a beginner, I used to have like the thoughts, okay, I'm missing out so much move. And I forgot the fact that I only need a 2-hour trade to make a good income, right? So I'm not feeling anything inside me, folks. Like I can see I spotted so many trades here, called the market lower at 8:30, right? My expectation was seeing price going higher at 9:30, but didn't happen so far. So not feeling anything, because I know when price confirms me the order flow again, I will just be able to take a 2-hour trade. If my TD account says I only have one more trade this week, so I'm done for the week. To prevent PDT. What do you mean? Have a DR appointment at 2, but I'm up over 2K now. Dale, that's good. Dale is making money every single day. So -8 standard deviation. I'm putting this here, folks, because I want to see like how far the price delivers sell side, and when it shows a good rejection, good support towards buy side. So do you guys see that this was the last leg that did the manipulation, and this is where the change of structure happened? Market reversed after it went below the swing low, so that's why I'm projecting price from that swing. So what do we have here on the daily chart? Like so far we have this fair value gap that is unfilled on the daily chart. So if I didn't saw these equal highs, I would be like, okay, this is where we are going. But again, I'm gonna keep an eye on this equal high. Wanna see price clearing that out, and then I'll be able to take like a bearish trade. What's happening so far on Dow? Not a clean price action, folks, in any pair. The signatures that we look for in price, look at Dow, it's just chopping. Yes, so much like such a choppy delivery. So far the cleanest pair is like NASDAQ, and Dow cleared out the equal highs. So now we'll go to the higher time frame and see if there's any possible rejection, bearish PDA for dollar to reverse. Okay, we got a breaker on dollar on daily chart. Right, so we hit the breaker. So let's see if dollar reverses. If dollar is reversing lower, dollar has target, this sell side liquidity, and as you guys can see, dollar hit the level perfectly. This red line is our breaker, and so much liquidity down here. These equal lows. So if price is not doing that at AM session, there's a possibility that price can do it at PM session as well, like the reversal. Equal highs above, thought that breaker. Which one? This one? Not really, not a breaker. So on dollar, folks, I want to see a breaker forming on dollar, a bearish one. I'm gonna show you guys the level right here. Right here, I want to see dollar going higher, doing a stop hunt above it, hitting the breaker, like delivering liquidity a little bit inside of it, and then coming lower, and then we'll have these down close candles as a breaker, and we'll have a clean order flow that we are going lower now. So much trend line liquidity, and these are the signatures that I teach you guys to look for in price. This is the same things that our mentor taught us. Look for equal lows when you are bearish. That will make your trading scenario, your expectation, high probability. So Dow respecting Dow, like making a bearish scenario. So let's see, Dow has a SMT up here. Dow made a higher high. NASDAQ failed to do that. The high was at 932. Yeah, so we have a SMT here again, folks. And I see a turtle soup setup on Dow. $9.54, still nothing on NASDAQ. But I see a setup on Dow, so let me show it to you guys. So right down here, see, Dow had equal high and equal lows in both sides of the market. Right here we had equal high. Right here we have equal low. So Dow cleared out the equal high. We are inside the 950 macro, so expecting to see Dow going lower, and so far Dow respecting what's happening on, like Dow doing the same thing that's happening on dollar, but Dow pushing higher. That's what I told you guys, that I want to see a breaker, a stop hunt up here, Dow going a little bit higher. So a scenario, so this is something that I taught inside my bootcamp, and now I released that concept as well in the YouTube for free. So this is the scenario, folks, and it's repeating exactly the same way I taught you guys. If you just go on my YouTube and click on the videos, you'll see that I shared a A+ turtle soup model, and this is what's happening. Why didn't I take it? Look at what dollar was doing. Dollar was delivering towards buy side. Dow was delivering towards buy side, right? So is this condition favorable? No, they're symmetrical market. They should move opposite to each other, and so far ES and NASDAQ did that, and Dow is just basically following dollar. Very range bound day so far. Will we have a trade here? If not, then we'll be inside the silver bullet. So not losing the patience, because I know that if price will show me something inside those time zones. We did so many stop hunt here. So now this is where I'm gonna look for a SMT. I see a three drive pattern here. So if I'm seeing a SMT here, that will be good. We have equal highs here again. On ES we also made that equal high. Possible SMT with ES. Yes, just need to wait a little bit more. It's not confirmed yet. I wanna see dollar activating that bearish breaker. That will just make our scenario more high probability. Yeah, I need a new breaker on dollar and on NASDAQ as well to confirm this SMT, and we don't have it so far. We have these up close candles, but not a breaker yet. Thanks HYDRA for this live stream. Remember, on Tuesday, Jan 9, 2024, 1 hour time frame on 8 a.m. is a go reversal zone, waiting on it, maybe on PM session. Yes, we saw this kind of scenario so much time, folks, so many times. So we're not gonna lose our patience and force a trade if we don't see the confirmation. Okay, so they see, I'm not just blindly looking for a buy. I want to see price confirming that it's a buy, and it's not doing that. So if my model is not telling me that your setup is not there, why am I gonna take it? Why am I gonna force the setup? Again, folks, trading is all about patience. It's all about patience. If you don't have that, you will keep blowing accounts. You may pass the funded account, you may get a funded account, you may make some profit, but at the end of the day, blowing the account is inevitable. Like Thanos said, right? I'm inevitable, just like that. So if you don't have patience, blowing account is inevitable. So we have a breaker here. Do you guys see that? The breaker. And let's see, folks. I'm just marking out the levels. And price is now trading inside this level. But again, this candle is heavily bearish. So see, this candle is not a breaker yet. And Dow, look at the manipulation, folks. Even after the equal high got taken out, Dow is not delivering sell side liquidity in a straight way. Why? It's following dollar so far. So overall, the condition to me is not high probability at all to take a trade. I'm not watching like other traders, and so far none of us found a trade. Just waiting. I'm watching also Dodgy. Let's see if he's doing the stream on Discord. Like so far we have 3 streamers from our ICT group. Tanya, Dodgy, and me. So we are like doing the stream basically like every day. So far no trades for any of us. So patience is something that we learned from our mentor, folks. We're not gonna lose it so easily. A retracement happening from the breaker, but I wanted to see like it's happening from the breaker's high. But again, we hit the discount here of the range, right? This is the range that I measured here on hourly chart, on 4-hour chart, from this high to this low, candles body to body, not using the wick, and the discount is coming here. We hit the discount. Let's see what price shows us now. A retracement higher, or still like a short retracement higher than a push lower. So we got our breaker here. Do we have a SMT down here? Yeah, seems like we have. And the dollar is respecting our analysis that I told you guys that I want to see a bearish breaker getting activated here. So if this one's getting activated, if this breaker getting activated, we can expect to see a price going lower and NASDAQ pushing higher, as they are doing the opposite. So fair value gap here. Fair value gap. Wanna see this fair value gap getting respected, and wanna see dollar pushing high, NASDAQ pushing higher now. We got a SMT down here with ES, but it's a low probability SMT, folks. The only NASDAQ made their lower low, and ES and Dow made their high lower high. So not something that I see as high probability. A high probability SMT is when price is like generating when price is confirming the SMT in 2 pairs. It's just confirming it 1 pair on NASDAQ, and we don't have a lower low on like ES or Dow either. So again, something that I'll keep an eye on. Are we inside a macro now? We are inside our 950 to 1010 breaker right up here. Positive breaker still. Wanna see a little bit more confirmation. Wanna see price closing a candle's body. Then at the next candle, price coming down, retesting the breaker, and then going higher. And we activated the breaker on dollar as well, so seems good. I'm only gonna take one contract. I don't trust this scenario, folks, so not gonna risk like 0.5%, rather gonna risk like 0.25% of my account. Still that makes money, right? Still that will make more money than what I used to make in a day job. So I'm happy if I'm getting like 0.25%. Equal high up here, our buy side liquidity. This is our internal buy side. So we cleared out external liquidity. Now we want to see internal getting cleared out. Well, let's see if price hits this fair value gap. That will make it a little bit more like a better scenario. BC. So something like this. Let's see if it's gonna get hit. Okay, don't. I'm taking an entry here of one contract and putting it here. This is the only trade that I'm gonna take today, folks. Only trade with 0.25% risk of my account. I don't trust this scenario. I don't trust it at all. So I'm gonna take a trade, but we'll do it with so less risk that even if it turning out to be a losing trade, I don't care. It won't affect me emotionally. I don't regret. So equal high, 30-second. We had a fair value gap here. That's why I pushed the button here. Fair value gap. Let's see if it's getting respected. So now that I don't have anything to take a partial, I'm just gonna manage my stop loss aggressively. As soon as price clears out this equal high, I'm just gonna put it below this fair value gap. The stop loss, this equal high. And the breaker got activated on 1 minute. Wanna see this candle closing higher. Basically like trusting this SMT, but not so much. If two pairs generated this SMT, like I would have went with 2 contracts. This fair value gap is gonna be our last line of defense. We got 3 PDRAs, breaker, fair value gap here, fair value gap here. So if 3 PDRAs are failing, our ass is next and we'll just lose this trade. So fair value gap here. Again, this is more like a breakaway gap. Like if you are trading, like taking more contracts, this is a level that where you take a partial, or this is a level where you do that. But I'm not gonna do it. I just went with 2 contracts. So fair value gap, it's a CB. Again, wanna see it turning into inversion. We had a SMT up here now. ES cleared out the swing high, but again, NASDAQ didn't. But so far the call on dollar was fire. Do you guys see that? Like this deserves a thumbs up, folks. Like when price was here, I told you guys I want to see price going higher, then coming lower, like activating the breaker. So exactly the way I told you guys it happened here. Wanna see dollar going even lower, clearing out this equal low from here, and gonna put my stop loss a little bit lower, sorry, a little bit higher, not lower. So still wanna see price respecting this breaker. Okay, we have order blocks. Let's see if price respects it. We generated more equal high up here, but again, this is a SMT. So keeping an eye on every pair where I can see the confirmation respect of the order block. I'm gonna minimize my stop loss a little bit more. Gonna put it below this fair value gap now, and we respected this order block that we have here, the bullish one with fair value gap. So order block got respected. As soon as price hits this CB, I'm putting my stop loss at break even, and this is a level where you take a partial. US30 is not clean, folks. Not clean to me. I'm not gonna look at that pair. US30 is worst pair right now. So we cleared out the equal low on dollar. So it's possible for dollar to go higher now. Okay, dollar delivered so much liquidity aggressively towards sell side, and it cleared out the expected level, right? So let's see what dollar does now. As soon as NASDAQ hits this CB, I'm just putting my stop loss at break even. 73 ticks. So far so good, right? So far very nice. 55 now. So dollar, see that dollar is retracing higher, getting support from the breaker. So that's what I told you guys, that we'll have to keep an eye on here. So this is the last line of defense for dollar to expect lower price action. So this is our breaker. Wanna see dollar respecting it and not going above it. And our stop loss is safe. It's gonna be like so less risk of the 100k account. In 100k, one contract is like $250. Right here it's like $150 of a loss. Let's see what dollar shows us. Let's see. Our stop loss is at a safe place, so not scared of that. Fair value gap here. This is the last line of defense, folks. I'm not expecting price to go below here. If it's doing that, I'm probably wrong. And order block, last line of defense coming down here. Generated again equal high up here. So still a room for price to go higher on NASDAQ. So don't like the scenario here, folks, because we have a SMT with TS up here, as I can see. Dollar showing good signatures, going lower. Congratulations, HYDRA. You went over 20.8k viewers. Where? Here I can see 700. Is it like overall? That's a perfect conflict. Yeah, we see that coming, bro. Like before dollar did that to the tick. Stop loss at break even. I don't care like if price is coming lower now. I'm not gonna expect it to go higher because it delivered more buy side liquidity. Probably gonna close it here. Do you guys see that the retracement lower? So don't want to take a loss, and that's why I'm gonna put my stop loss right here. If it wanna go higher, it will just go higher. And if I had like more contracts here, I'd have taken a partial here. So see that, no loss, no losing trade. This is like a new account. I told you guys that we'll be trying to pass this account, and so far no loss. So we are doing good. So I believe some of you took a partial up here, right? So again, depends on the scenario, right? See, we had a good read, but look at the delivery, folks. You just don't want to go up, right? So I'm not just gonna hold a trade. That seems to me a low probability. My high probability trades will just go straight and deliver straight towards buy side. Not today. So CB still showing willingness to go higher. So we'll still look for a trade at 1020. That's another macro. So we're not gonna be like, if there's a trade, we'll be able to take it. That's why we don't fear getting a FOMO. No, I took a nice trade, took 11 handles. That's good. I already told you guys this is a level of partial, right? So this order blocks, this is more like a mitigation block right now. So I want to see what price it does here. Now look how price generated more equal lows down here. Right, so many equal lows here. So again, going higher. If you are still in this trade, if you are not like managing stop loss like this aggressively, then this is a level where you take something off at this fair value gap, because this fair value gap is also coming with this bearish trade. Sorry, bearish mitigation block, bearish order blocks. So CB right here, still holding. Yes, had a one lock, so closed already. Look at the retracement, folks. It's like if price wanna go higher, it won't leave these equal lows, but it's leaving that. That means still wanna go lower. So it would have been better like if I was targeting 1-to-1 from this and putting my stop loss down here. Not every trade is gonna give you like 2R, right? So 1-to-1 would have been a good trade. But again, so far we had like 80 ticks, more than 12 handles delivered here. So a good call in a choppy day like this. Look at dollar again. That's what I saw coming on dollar. So this is the last line of defense. That's why I closed that trade. So bullish order block coming down here. Order block right down here. So no equal highs other than this one inside this range. All we have is this equal lows. So see, if I was holding, I'll be like, what this price action is doing on lower time frame, generating more emotion than confidence, right? Look at the delivery, so choppy up here. Once a breaker gets activated, we don't want to see this kind of delivery, folks. We want to see a straight move towards buy side liquidity. If it's not happening, that means this breaker most likely will fail. So you may not know about this stuff, but I saw this kind of signature in price repeating so many times. That's why I closed it early. $500 I closed when I see the rejection on the order block 1 minute. That's good. So people made money, right? We didn't took a loss, folks. That's the best thing that we didn't do. We closed at a break even with like $20 profit. So again, no loss. Our account balance is staying exactly the same, and we'll have tomorrow to trade, right? So why like 4 trade today when we still have 2 days left in a week? The folks who don't believe that their model will repeat tomorrow, they're gonna be like, okay, I wanna push button right now, because I don't know if the setup will be there tomorrow, but we know it will be there every single day. We'll just have to find out which one to go with. Look at this scenario. Look at this, folks. Generated more equal low down here. Fair value gap. So far we are bearish. Bearish on higher time frame, bearish on lower time frame as well. That's why I manage my stop loss like this, because I'm trading against the trend, right? With like very little confirmation. But dollar was good. Dollar did good. So our last line of defense was here. Still has a room for. So inversion got activated. Let's see if this gives us an entry again at 1020. Is it SMT down here? Yes, yes, we got another SMT. SMT down here. So this equal low is most probably will not get taken out. So 1020 to 1040. Not trusting it yet, as we are not inside our macro. And what's happening on ES is that they all cleared out the equal highs that they have and then moving lower. So SMT is down here with NASDAQ, on Dow as well. So probably gonna fail. See folks, price respecting the liquidity more than SMT. Check Dow. Yes, I'm looking at Dow, folks, but I'm not trusting it. It's just moving with dollar. That's why. These are the pairs what we want to see moving opposite to dollar. When they're moving tomorrow, like when they're moving together with dollar, that's a low probability scenario. Didn't you heard our mentor saying that? Like, I believe you guys are ICT students, right? So equal low got delivered. Another possibility of going higher, 1020. Equal lows got delivered beautifully, and now we don't have SMT, but still, if price is going above this fair value gap, I believe we'll have a scenario of expecting higher prices again. So I told you guys that I'm only gonna take one trade today. If I'm seeing a trade here, I'm gonna do that paper trading. Okay, so I'm gonna log out from my actual account and I'm gonna do paper trading if it's going higher. What I'm gonna do is now the paper trading demo. And we have a breaker here, folks. Do you guys see it? So breaker, a bearish breaker right here. So the bullish breaker will fail. Dollar is going higher. So the trade that I see coming is this. Targeting like these swing lows. So let's see if we can demo it. So far the order flow is looking bearish, even with dollar and other pairs. Dow and ES. ES still has the equal low down here. Down at 47.58. So looking good for a bearish trade. Anywhere inside our silver bullet macro, we respected the fair value gap, right? So the silver bullet hour confirmed that on lower time frame our order flow is bearish. Higher time frame, we got rejected from the fair value gap as well. Confirmation, bearish trend. So let's see if we get a hit of this breaker again and respect of the order block again. And the last line of defense that I told you guys on dollar is broken, so we are bullish again on dollar, getting support from the bullish breaker from higher time frame, like 15-minute. So let's see, we generated equal low. So demo it. We're gonna demo it, putting our stop loss above this high. Let's go with like 2 contracts so that we'll be able to take some profit as well, partials as well. But dollar is just going against it. Dollar rejected from the breaker again. This level is coming at, that's why I'm gonna demo it, this level is coming at OTE as well. So do you guys see that we still have room down here? Equal lows. So we hit the premium, we hit the OTE and the breaker as well. So let's see, we hit our expected level again. Strong liquidity at 16,600. down here. Why? What do we have here? Let's take it, folks. Like one contract and it's on demo, so not gonna affect us. Just want to see if price is respecting the signatures that we see here, equal low. So let's see and find out like what do we have at 1600. 1600 coming down here. 1600 is right here. Okay, we have a fair value gap here. We have this equal low down here, so a partial down here makes sense to me. And the fair value gap right here will be like a good scenario. Extend right. So let's see, dollar is going lower, so waiting. What the hell? Why dollar is doing that? Like they are not respecting the signatures that we want to see. Price respecting. Dollar hit the OTE and just now, folks, I don't have any interest to tape it today or even look for a trade. We manage our position nicely. Most of you even closed in profit. Most of you made good money. So what I'm gonna do right now, folks, it's not a high probability session. It's not something that I want to tape read. I'm just gonna close it here, okay? And tomorrow we'll come back and possibly I'll do a PM session today as well, but it's gonna depend on the price action. So far I don't see anything that I wanna tape it. Dollar so far is good. Dollar so far respecting what we wanna see. Very clean, like dollar generated breaker here. Very nice. Then we got rejected from the breaker again. So if I was trading dollar, I would short here. OTE, breaker, premium. And we had 2 good calls on dollar so far and just chopping around. So we'll stick with it. Okay, so I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed that stream. If you did, if you learned something how to, like, this is a low probability day, folks, according to our model, according to the things that our mentor teaches us. So you will also have to learn how to identify a low probability day, right? You will also have to learn that, because if you don't know what a low probability day looks like, you will lose so much money here. Price is gonna like give you false alarm from fair value gap. Like none of our model is getting respected. You're just respecting the retail theory, right? Look here, just like generating double top, double bottom, trend line liquidity, and look at this, like so much liquidity that we see here. We know it's gonna be getting taken out by price. All we have to do is like wait to see when it's gonna be taking out this. Tomorrow I'll catch you guys again at 8:30 or at 8. So I hope to see you there. Until then, I'm gonna close it here, folks, and peace. Don't force a trade today, otherwise you will lose. You will blow the account. On your way out, if you enjoyed the stream, leave a like, and we are done.